Okay, so things are heating up with Russia. Russia has sent a decisive warning to Ukraine and to the West by using their Oreshnik um, hypersonic missile, which splits into multiple sub missiles and is very deadly and is nuclear capable. They didn't put nuclear warheads in it, but what they showed is that they can strike decisively and heavily, whether it's through drones and everything else. And they hit over 600 areas in Ukraine. And Lavrov, who's their Minister of Foreign Relations, called Rubio and said, Rubio, tell your people, tell your CIA people helping Ukraine, tell your embassy people, tell them to leave Kiev because we're about to ramp it up. Putin has been called weak, and I think he's weak. He's continually letting the West bitch slap him while the hardliners in Europe. What I mean by bitch slapping is that the Ukrainians are hitting drones in Russia, hitting oil refineries and gas areas in Russia with drones. They're killing Russian mercenaries and causing instability in Mali on the behalf of the U.S. They're going through Lithuania to bomb Russia, and they're getting deeper. They even tried an assassination attempt on Putin. So we know that right now Russia is not fighting all. They're being gentlemen. They're fighting a war which is very clean, in which they don't kill people. These strikes that they did with 600 people in retaliation for Ukraine killing 20 Russian-speaking people in Luhansk, which is held by Russia now. These strikes that Russia did in retaliation only killed 4 because Russia wasn't targeting civilians. They were targeting infrastructure. All I'm saying is that in this world, sometimes it's not about strategy. You have to show people don't fuck with me. So I have a feeling that Putin to appease the Russian people. Putin used these high-speed missiles, which are fantastic, which the U.S. and no other countries have, to send a message to Europe that we're not playing around here. I think it's a decisive move, and I think that the Europeans are saying they're not going to let their people leave Europe and America, so they won't let their officials leave Ukraine. I think they need to listen very carefully because the bear is beginning to wake up. And we know that if you think Iran's missile system is good with its decoys, with its saturation, with its electronic jamming, it's nothing compared to Russia's overall air superiority and air defense systems, which are actually the best in the world when it comes to drone and missile warfare. So they've sent a message. When Russia calls America's Secretary of Foreign Ministers, Rubio, and says your people should leave, then it's not a threat. It's not trying to get you scared. It's a warning because we know, unlike the U.S., Russia and Iran, when they tell you they're going to do something, they follow through with it. Same thing. Iran has told the U.S., if you come back and attack us, we're going to obliterate UAE. What Russia is telling America now is that there's no way that we're not going to start systematically sending missiles throughout Ukraine, especially through Kiev. So as a courtesy, let your people go. Russia's a kind country because we know that the U.S. and Britain and the West are the ones helping Ukraine attack and are probably the ones who help kill those Russian-speaking girls. But they're giving them a courtesy call to say, leave, because you're going to get killed if you don't leave. And now, after Russia starts bombing Ukraine, if any Westerners get killed, if any CIA people get killed, they're going to blame Russia as being a terrorist nation. No, they're not. They're warning you to leave because they're going to strike in retaliation to Ukraine. This is a war between Ukraine and Russia. I'm not saying who's right or wrong. The West needs to get out of it. What are your thoughts, Afolabi?
You're absolutely right. And I think, in my opinion, this is the beginning of not just a wake-up call for Putin, but a change in stance and strategy. I mean, the escalation is tied to a lot of pressure. There's been a lot of internal pressure on Putin from Russian nationalists, military bloggers, and hardliners. For months, they criticized Russia and they said they responded too cautiously to Ukrainian strikes. But right now, it's a wake-up call that there's a change in strategy, basically. And the way I see it is that, you use a missile designed for nuclear delivery with conventional warheads. So Russia is signaling that we are not just playing here. There's a clear and present danger. So what they mean is that they can escalate far beyond this if necessary. Western defenses may not reliably stop the advanced systems. and they should not assume escalation remains under their control, but it remains in the hands of Russia. So I think there's a fundamental change in stance. You're absolutely right. Russia has been cautious. They've been docile, probably, but this is a wake-up call, and I think that they're damn serious right now. They're going to be decisive this time around. There's no messing
Yeah,
around
and
right now.
here's the thing that should make Europe, because Europe is posturing that they're ready to go to war with Russia. This should make Europe and America, and more of Europe, because America won't suffer for this. This should make Europe very scared because what Putin is going to start doing is decisive strikes in Ukraine. The reason they should be afraid is that this is not even what his people want him to do. His people want him to do a nuclear strike
Yeah.
on either Finland or Lithuania on Ukraine, a controlled nuclear, not like a full nuclear, a tactical. So what I'm saying is that Putin's response is even gentle compared to what his people want him to do. Do you see what I'm saying? Putin wants to send missiles to destroy infrastructure in Ukraine, but not kill a lot of people, but send them to the Stone Ages. And he's warning Americans to leave. And he's also sending a message to Europe, we can do this to you. But what's scary is that this is not even what will happen if the powers that be in Russia overthrow Putin and put in a hardliner. If they put in a hardliner, they're going to bomb London, Paris, uh, what's the capital? Helsinki, uh, Stockholm. They're going to send several bombs, which may not be nuclear, but will kill hundreds, if not thousands, of people. So what I'm saying is that Europe keeps waking Russia up. Now Russia wants to do like a massive slap with nuclear capability missiles, but they don't have nuclear warheads in it and destroy your infrastructure. You don't realize that that's very small compared to what Russia will do if they feel that you are actually a threat to Moscow and Kremlin. What are your thoughts on that? Follow me, then we'll get out. Yeah.
I think it's obvious that Ukraine has crossed the red line. That is very obvious. By hitting civilian infrastructure, I mean, that is a no-no. And Russian claims that there's clear evidence that Western technology and intelligence are supporting Ukraine's operations. So what Kremlin did was to make them understand that this was not a kind of forced retaliation. It was a deliberate escalation. And it's based on internal pressure because I also feel that Russia should have been much more decisive before it got to this stage. I mean, there's this
They
air
should have
of
sent a massive. They should have sent massive missile destructions
it should have
into
been a
Kiev
barrage of bombardment, a barrage of bombardment. So Ukraine
and
and
say, and then
Western,
afterwards
yeah,
they say, okay, come again, and we will come again even more. That's sorry, I cut in front of you. Go ahead. Yeah.
now, what just wanted to say was that basically, I mean, Ukraine and Western officials argue that Russia has targeted cities and civilian infrastructure for years already. So they see the retaliation narrative as a justification for escalation. Russia was already preparing, basically. So the
Yes.
Oreshnik strike reflects there's clear and present danger, and Russia is not going to leave any prisoners. There's a change in position, there's a change in strategy, there's a change in stance. And if anything goes beyond this, I think we might begin to see nukes. That's just the next thing, nukes.
No, bring on the news. Just bring it on. Put us all out of our misery. Put us all out of our misery. Let's go to heaven. Let's go to Zion. Beautiful, beautiful Zion. All right, I'll follow me. Take us out. Brilliant. Yeah.
The most irritating thing is even what Ukraine is doing in Mali. They have their hands full. How can they agree to such nonsense when they're not
Because
even?
they're America's slave. You know what it is? America has given Zelensky billions of dollars, so he's willing to sacrifice his country to make it a sacrificial lamb for America's and France's objective in Mali.
Interest?
That's it.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, this war has never been about protecting Ukraine. It's about wasting Ukraine to try to diminish Russia and China and Iran. All right, take us out. I thought it'd be a brilliant show.
Okay, it's been another wonderful political show. We've been discussing Russia's escalation following the attack of civilian infrastructure by Ukraine. From Mustafa and myself, we're back again with another interesting political story.
All right, I feel like we reached a high level of improvising on shows. A nice winner. All right,
From
we have to
World
do
Cup to Ukraine.
yeah we have on Thursday we have to do Champions League preview. Yeah,
Oh yeah, it's on Saturday. I just remembered. Yeah, that's true.
we're doing on Thursday morning.
When is
Nice one.
Monaco?
Monaco is next weekend. Yeah.
Next weekend. Okay.
Oh, that's show that we did. This guy did his research. I liked it.
Lerato,
Lorato did,
yeah, he did his research.
and even Johnny's doing good. Johnny did some good jobs too. So
Johnny has
everybody,
improved. I think he
we
has
found our
reduced substance.
yeah, we found we found our rhythm. When I now told him that I pay you per show, it's no longer every 2 weeks. You drop $60. That guy
Yeah,
said, "Let me get
that
my
was
act
that was
together."
a change in strategy, was a change in stance.
I did,
Was
I did, I did, I did what Russia should have done. I gave him
yeah,
one.
was a wake up call.
Yeah, I hate to say this, but I like Kunle, but that guy was negative to the dynamics of our
No, it
shows.
was
He was
toxic.
negative.
It was
He was
toxic.
very. All right,
Yeah.
have a good one. So I'll see you later.
All
Enjoy
right.
your day.
Sure.